So, good morning, students. As we discussed about hybridization, and the next notes provided to you are the type of hybridization. So, let us study these types one by one with some examples. So, first of all, to discuss the type of hybridization, remember here the hybrid orbitals which are formed by mixing of half filled or fully filled atomic orbitals, they only form the sigma bond. Hybrid orbitals never form the pi bond. So if you have hybrid orbitals, then that hybrid orbital forms sigma bond, and if any pi bond is present in the compound, then these pi bonds either formed by p orbitals or d orbitals which do not participate in hybridization, isn't it? So these pi bonds specifically, we taken here the examples in which p orbitals involved in the formation of pi bonds, then they are formed by unhybridized p orbitals and d orbitals. Okay, so let us now started hybridization. First one is sp hybridization. Here, which atomic orbitals involved in hybridization, that is equals to its name. So when one s and one p orbital of main shell, this main shell is the valence shell. This main shell, it is the valence shell of an atom. These orbitals mix their energies and redistribute it into two equal parts. These energy parts represent new orbitals which are called as hybrid orbitals. And what are their names? As the hybridization is sp hybridization, then the hybrid orbitals are called as sp hybrid orbitals. Now these hybrid orbitals oriented at 180 degree angle with respect to each other, totally opposite of each other. So this one is the 2s, this one is the 2px, either taken here 2px, 2py or 2pz. Remember, now there is no mixing of energy takes place between 1s, 2s or 1s with 2p, as there is a large energy difference between these orbitals and both are not called as valence shell. So taken here those orbitals which belongs to the valence shell. Here our valence shell is second, so s also of the valence shell, p also related to the valence shell. Okay, taken one s and any one of the p orbitals, and these undergo hybridization. Which hybridization? sp hybridization, to form two sp hybrid orbitals. Okay, as we discuss about the rules of hybridization, how many hybrid orbitals are formed, so their numbers are equals to those atomic orbitals which undergo hybridization. So here one s and one p orbital undergo hybridization, they are 2, hence the hybrid orbital formed, they are also R2, isn't it? And these hybrid orbitals oriented at 180-degree angle with respect to each other. Totally they are opposite of each other. So this one is the first hybridization, that is sp hybridization. Okay, taking some examples related to sp hybridization. So first example is BeF2. Here central atom is beryllium with atomic number 4. Its electronic configuration in ground state is 1s2, 2s2. There is no electron in p orbitals. Okay, here valence shell is second. As we see the molecule, here beryllium is bonded with 2 fluorine with covalent bond. But after seeing its electronic configuration in ground state, there is no half-filled atomic orbitals beryllium have. So what to do? One electron from 2s excited to 2p. This state is called as excited state. In this state, beryllium has 2 half-filled atomic orbitals. Now these 2 half-filled atomic orbitals mix their energy, undergo hybridization, that is sp hybridization, and form 2 hybrid orbitals, that is sp hybrid orbitals, oriented at same 180-degree angle. Now these sp hybrid orbital of beryllium overlap with half-filled 2pz orbital of 2 fluorine atom. Here is the fluorine. If we write its electronic configuration, then it is 1s2, 2s2, 2px2, 2py2, 2pz1. So fluorine having 1 electron in 2pz. So sp hybrid orbital of beryllium, it overlap with half-filled 2pz orbital of 2 fluorine atom to give linear shape like this. The centered orbitals are of beryllium, that is hybrid orbitals. This one is the 2pz orbital of fluorine, and here it is also the 2pz orbital of fluorine. Now when they come close, overlapping between these orbitals along internuclear axis takes place, and electrons lie in these overlapping area most, giving linear shape to BeF2. So this is an example of sp hybridization. Now carbon compounds in which carbon having triple bond having sp hybridization. For example, C2H2 acetylene, its name is acetylene. We discussed here also in 10th class, whose formula is C2H2. Here both the carbon having triple bond and both carbon are bonded with 1 hydrogen each. Now started. First of all, divided this compound into 2 equal parts, that is CH and CH. Here we assume that these are the 2 carbon, that is C1 and C2. Write their electronic configuration first. Now carbon in this compound form 4 bonds, 1 2 3 4. Also the second carbon form 4 bond, 1 2 3 4. So we must have 4 half-filled atomic orbitals, which is not in its ground state, as its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz0. Here it only have 2 half-filled atomic orbitals. What to do? One electron from 2s excited in the higher energy orbital, that is 2p, and here it become 4 half-filled atomic orbital of carbon in excited state. Similarly with carbon 2, as it also form 4 bond, one electron from 2s, here is one excited to 2p, so it also have 1 2 3 4 half filled atomic orbital in its excited state. Now if we discuss about the sigma and pi bond in carbons, then each carbon having 2 sigma bond and 2 pi bond, and as we discussed that only hybrid orbitals form only sigma bond. So how many hybrid orbitals we have to form here? It means how many atomic orbitals we taken for hybridization, that is equals to the number of sigma bond. So if we discuss about C1, then it has 2 sigma bonds, hence here take 2 half filled atomic orbitals and do hybridization. Similarly with S2, so here hybridization is sp, not sp3, as we require only 2 atomic orbitals to form 2 sigma bond. Okay, so now next let's see how the overlapping of carbon with other carbon and hydrogen takes place. So these are the 2 carbons. For first carbon, 2s atomic orbital hybridized with 2px to give 2 hybrid orbitals called as sp hybrid orbitals. Similarly with C2, s and p undergo hybridization, belongs to the valence shell, that is second shell, undergo hybridization to give 2 sp hybrid orbitals. Here is also 2 sp hybrid orbital. Okay, if you see the electronic configuration, then here C1 here leaving 2p orbitals, that is 2py and 2pz. They are called as unhybridized orbitals. Similarly in case of C2, 2p orbitals are unhybridized. So the unhybridized orbitals, they form the pi bond, and hybridized orbitals, they form the sigma bond, isn't it? So let us now see the next one of the sp hybrid orbital of C1 sp hybrid orbital overlap with one sp hybrid orbital of C2 to form carbon carbon sigma bond. One sigma bond for both the carbon is done. Now next, other sp hybrid orbital of C1 overlap with one s orbital of hydrogen atom to form other sigma bond here, isn't it? Next one, similarly in case of C2, one bond is already with C1, that is C1, that is C2, sigma bond, and now next one overlap with one s orbital of hydrogen bond. This one also form sigma bond. Okay, so let us now see the orbitals, how they overlap. So this one is the C1 with its 2 sp hybrid orbitals. This is the C2 with its 2 sp hybrid orbitals. One of the sp hybrid orbital of both the carbon overlap to form the sigma bond. Other hybrid orbital of both the carbon, they separately overlap with one s orbital of hydrogen atom, isn't it? So this one is the overlapping of these orbitals to form the sigma bond. Now here C1 and C2 both having 2 unhybridized p orbital also, they overlap to form the pi bond. And we discuss about sigma and pi bond. Sigma bond is formed along the internuclear axis, and that pi bond, it is formed perpendicular to the internuclear axis. isn't it? So how they overlap? Perpendicular to the internuclear axis. So let's see. So this one is the each carbon atom, two 2p orbitals which are perpendicular to the internuclear axis, they form pi bonds. This one is the 1p orbital, this one is the other p orbital of a carbon, and similarly for second carbon, this one suppose it is 2pz and it is 2py. So pi bond is formed between 2px with 2py. Orbital must have oriented in same plane, and 2pz with 2pz. There is no pi bond formation takes place in between 2px and 2py, no, because x and y are not in the same plane, isn't it? So 2py form pi bond with 2py by the overlapping of upper lobes and overlapping of lower lobes. Similarly, 2pz overlap with 2pz. Give the formation of linear C2H2. Here is the carbon-carbon triple bond in which one bond is sigma and two bonds are pi. And CH bonds, these are the sigma bonds. So how many sigma and how many pi bond are present in C2H2? Here there are 3 sigma bonds and 2 pi bond. Okay. Here also one question can be asked. How much S character and how much P character is in sp hybridization? So in sp 50-50% S character, it has 50% S character and 50% P character. So this one is the first hybridization. Now comes to the second, that is sp2 hybridization. Similarly happening with sp2, here 1s and 2p orbitals of same shell of an atom, that is valence, same shell, that is valence shell, not anyone, main shell of the atom, mix to form 3 new equivalent orbitals. Equivalent means to say having the same amount of energy. These orbitals are called as sp2 hybrid orbitals. And if we discuss about the angles between these hybrid orbitals, then it will be 120 degree. So these are oriented at 120 degree with respect to each other. Okay, taken 1s and 2p. These orbitals undergo hybridization to give 3 hybrid orbitals oriented at 120 degree with each other. This angle is 120 degree. So here p orbitals may be px py, px pz, py or pz, anyone which is a half filled atomic orbital. So now discuss its example. So the example is BF3, boron trifluoride. Here the central atom is boron with electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py0, 2pz0. That is the ground state. In a molecule, boron form 3 bonds. So it must have 3 half-filled atomic orbitals, which it have by the excitation of electron from 2s to 2p. Now it has 3 half-filled atomic orbitals which undergo sp2 hybridization to give 3 hybrid orbitals. These hybrid orbitals are called as sp2 hybrid orbitals. Okay, each hybrid orbital of boron overlap with 2pz, as fluorine having 1 half-filled orbital. Hence each hybrid orbital of boron, it overlaps with 2pz atomic orbital of fluorine, like this. So this one is the overlapping of sp2 hybrid orbital of boron with 2pz atomic orbital of fluorine to give trigonal planar structure to BF3, in which bond angle is 120 degree. Okay. Next example here is C2H4. So the carbon compounds in which carbon-carbon double bond is present. Here the carbon having sp2 hybridization. So same, divided this C2H4, that is called as ethene, ethylene, or it may be called as ethene, divided into two equal parts, that is CH2 and CH2. Assuming this one is the C1 carbon and this is the C2 carbon, then C1 having ground state electronic configuration with the two half-filled atomic orbital. What about in excited state? One electron from 2s excited to 2pz. Okay. Similarly with C2. Now for C1, 1s and 2p orbitals undergo hybridization to give 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. Why? If we see the ethene molecule, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sigma bond and 1 pi bond. Each carbon form 3 sigma bond. Here, that is C1, it form 1, 2, 3 sigma bond. Hence here the hybridization takes place between 3 atomic orbitals. Similarly with the C2, it has 3 sigma bonds. So for hybridization it should involve 3 atomic orbitals. So 3, in which one is 2s and other 2 are 2p. Similarly with the C2, 1 2s 2p 2 2p orbitals hybridized to give 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, isn't it? Now the next one is these hybrid orbitals, that is one of the sp2 hybrid orbital of C1 overlap with one sp2 hybrid orbital of C2, and other 2 sp2 hybrid orbital of carbon overlap with 1s atomic orbital of each hydrogen atom. Similarly in case of carbon second, so this one is like this. This is the triangular planar orientation of sp2 hybrid orbital of C1, that is C1, and that these 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals of C2. After that, each carbon leaving behind 1 2p orbitals which is present perpendicular to the internuclear axis. So sp2 hybrid orbital of C1 overlap with sp2 hybrid orbital of C2 to form the sigma bond. Other hybrid orbital overlap with hydrogen 1s atomic orbital of hydrogen to form again sigma bond. After the formation of sigma bond, as the atoms come close, so the orbitals which present perpendicular to the internuclear axis, their lobes also overlap to form the pi bond. So this 2p z overlap with 2pz of C2 to form the pi bond. So this one is the C2H4 structure, that carbon sigma bonded with 2 hydrogen and other carbon. Similarly with this carbon, both carbon having 1 sigma bond and 1 pi bond. So this is the sp2 hybridization. Next one is sp3 hybridization. So now it is not so difficult for you to identify which atomic orbitals undergo hybridization and which type of hybrid orbitals are formed. So here for the sp3 hybridization, when 1s and 3p orbital mix to form 4 new equivalent orbitals called sp3 hybrid orbitals. Between them the angle is 109 degree 28 minute. So here 1s 3p atomic orbitals having electrons, either they are half filled or fully filled, undergo hybridization to give 4 sp3. These are the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals oriented at 109 degree 28 minute with respect to each other. Taken an example, for example CH4. So the carbon compounds which have carbon-carbon single bond having sp3 hybridization. So here carbon in excited state again having 4 half-filled atomic orbital which undergo sp hybridization to give 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals which overlap with one s of each hydrogen atom like this. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4 sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon, and each sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon overlap with one s of a hydrogen atom to give tetrahedral geometry to CH4. Here the bond angle is 109 degree 28 minute, isn't it? Similarly, if d orbitals also involved in the hybridization, then other hybridization will be sp3d, in which shape of the molecule is a trigonal bipyramidal. It means these 5 sp3d hybrid orbitals oriented with respect to each other at trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Similarly, sp3d2, if 2d orbitals also involved in the hybridization. With 6, geometry is octahedral. This one is the octahedral geometry. With sp3d3, with 7, geometry is pentagonal bipyramidal. Here these are the 5 orbitals and these are the 2 give pentagonal bipyramidal geometry, isn't it? So next one we see here the angle then if we see the angle in trigonal bipyramidal, so this one angle, this one, it is the 90 degree, and this is the equilateral triangle with angle 60 degree. So equatorial bonds having 60 degree angle, and in between axial and equatorial it is 90 degree. Okay, octahedral, each angle is of 90 degree. Each angle is of 90 degree. And in pentagonal bipyramidal, pyramid to this pentagon, it is the 90 degree. It is just like this. This one is this plane, paper plane, and this bond, that is pyramid, it is totally perpendicular like this, perpendicular to the plane paper. So this angle is of 90 degree, and the bonds which are present in the same plane, they are oriented at the angle of 72 degree. Okay, so these are the hybridizations. Next we study other examples in which central atom also have the lone pairs. So for now it is sufficient.